Welcome to Tech Talk with WSU Tech, where we dive into all things WSU Tech and we highlight the voices within our college community. I'm Dr. Sheree Utash, and today we have the honor of chatting with Rachel and Connie. Thank you for being here, both of you. We always like to kick this off with having you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about what you do and how you serve the mission of the college. Now, you are pretty brand new. You're drinking from the fire hydrant. You're creating something completely brand new. So I'm going to start with you, Connie. Introduce yourself.
Wonderful. I'm Conni Mansaw, Wichita native and WSU alum. I have the pleasure of being able to kind of complement my love of healthcare with education. And so I'm here to help us create a space for customized healthcare training here in Wichita.
Fabulous.
Sheree, thank you for having us here today. I am Rachel Mastio and joined WSU Tech in this role as Director of Industry Training for all of Applied Tech and General Education in October. So yes, very new to the organization, but we're accomplishing a lot in a quick amount of time. And in terms of serving our mission, this role, from my perspective, very directly correlates with what WSU Tech is all about, and that we are very focused on curating industry training programs with our colleagues, with industry, that are meant to directly impact workforce and economic development here in Wichita.
So customized training is a brand new thing, not brand new, but I mean really an expanse area for WSU Tech. And I know that this is culminating into something we're going to call open education.
Correct.
So tell us, what is open education?
All right. Well, very simply put, it is industry and community training with the intention of professional and workforce development.
Yes, and the goal for the open education opportunities in healthcare are designed to upskill current healthcare professionals and also introduce individuals that are interested in healthcare opportunities, working with businesses, working with organizations in order to enhance our workforce in the healthcare.
So tell me, we use the term internally credit and non-credit. That means a lot to us. It does not mean much to industry. So tell me how this education supports high demand industries and how does it create career pathways for people in our community?
Sure. I think these training initiatives are meant to sustain, retain, upskill, reskill our local workforce, but the beauty of this type of programming when we talk credit and non-credit is that it's flexible, it's customizable. We can really make this what we need it to be that will serve our community in a very impactful way.
And in our healthcare space, it's a vital tool for addressing workforce needs, improving career mobility, and providing essential skills training for individuals that are already in their selected career. It's an opportunity to really create new and efficient workers in healthcare in order to help them meet the needs. Healthcare is changing every day, and so WSU Tech is happy to be at the forefront of making this change and encouraging our community members.
So how do you decide, when you talk about upskill, reskill, how do you decide what we need to offer, what the needs are to improve your career through upskilling, reskilling, versus a student that just comes in and starts in a program? Talk to me about that.
There's a lot of different ways we could potentially go about this. And I think, in terms of what we're trying to accomplish, it's very important for us to listen. And I continually say we are on a bit of a listening tour right now, and making sure that, we are tapping into our colleagues, our industry partners, to really understand what the need is, where we have some gaps, where we want to build and tap into some places that maybe we haven't in Wichita. I think there are prominent industries here that we are going to be here to continue to support. But the beauty of this role is that we get to play in a space of figuring out where we maybe haven't discovered or, is a little untapped here for our community.
So a little bit like filling gaps
Yes.
of what's not being offered and what may need to be offered so that you can continue to build your career
Absolutely.
once you go to work.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Absolutely. And then also working with our industry partners to find out where their pain points are. Are there new equipment that's coming out that maybe an individual doesn't have the opportunity to take off work and get that training? We are here to fill that gap and provide an opportunity for those good employees to become great employees, or for individuals to say, hey, I'd like to tap into a new career. Where do I start? These trainings will give those individuals the opportunities, kind of a introduction chapter to a new career path, or to sustain in the career path that they're currently in.
So how will they be offered?
Well, in terms of modality or where they will be offered,
Yeah, both.
Again, the level of flexibility can be overwhelming at times, if I'm being honest, but we see this, we have a lot in the works, which is really exciting, but there will be avenues where we will intentionally be face-to-face, and whether that's an industry partner hosting students or learners or us hosting at WSU Tech, there will also be opportunity to have things more virtually within our learning management system that will allow people to go through the motions in a self-paced way, maybe have those touch points face-to-face, but opportunities are endless in terms of how we will serve this to the community and making sure that we are fulfilling a need that is accessible for everyone.
And to also just provide an opportunity that has not been there before. It's great for us to be on the forefront of just creating a space that's going to be beneficial for all. It's going to be beneficial for our community, and it's definitely going to be beneficial for our said industries that we're working with.
So for all the viewers out there, this might be helpful. We have done industry training in the aviation industry for many years. What we haven't done is moved into these other industries. And that's really how we're expanding this. And that's the purpose and the strategy behind developing open education and bringing the two of you on. So when you think about collaboration with industry, what does that look like for you in your roles in open education?
Go ahead.
Basically, just having that communication with our industry partners to find out what it is that they need. We want to fill those gaps. And so one thing about it, creating spaces that are not producing the change that's needed is something that maybe has been ignored in the past. And so we know right now industry changes every day, every hour. And so we are going to fill those opportunities to keep our community, keep our students ahead of the change that's coming. And I think that is going to create a great workforce moving forward.
So you guys are creating something really pretty brand new.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So what steps have you taken in order to begin to create this? Because we're just getting ready to kind of blow the lid off of it in the next few months, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what have you had to do? Because it's a startup.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really is.
Yes.
Because it's very different than what we're doing in aviation
Yes.
and what we have done.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to start?
I can start. It's exciting to be at this place because there is so much momentum behind this, and WSU Tech has made this incredible investment, and it is very much building a startup business. Where do we start? What do we know? What do we not know? And we're learning as we go, and we want to keep a very fast pace behind all of this. So there's a little running to catch up, and we're learning very quickly and adjusting. But again, starting with the listening tour, where do we have gaps? Leaning into what we know from our partners in aviation, within manufacturing. What have we learned, and what can we borrow from that methodology? But also taking a minute to go listen to the industry needs. Conni and I are in these seats to help vet the opportunity. We have heard from so many of our colleagues, from so many industry partners, so many great ideas. We're in this seat to help vet and make sure that opportunity is ripe and it's sustainable and repeatable, and it's really going to drive value and impact. And I think part of this process is, yes, thoughtfully getting something off the ground, but this is going to be an evergreen initiative. We have to move quickly and see what works and what doesn't and adjust quickly. But I see this very much as we are going to go, we're going to review, we're going to listen, we're going to learn, we're going to evolve. And we have to stay in constant touch with our colleagues, listen to the academic side of our institution, listen to the feedback from industry and our students going through these motions to make sure we're driving impact and value.
And to also stay ahead of change. We know education has no expiration date. That's what I feel is the really exciting piece of our open education opportunity, because the sky is the limit. I mean, we're going to listen to past students, we're going to listen to future students, we're going to listen to industry partners to find out how we can get all of the pieces of the puzzle together to have a product that we're going to be proud of.
So basically what I hear you saying is you're almost creating pathways to enhanced careers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That might be a tagline.
I love it. I love it.
That might be a tagline.
We're learning through this conversation for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
So as you've kind of launched this, and anytime we do something new, we know that that there's early adopters, mid adopters, and some late adopters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you have been out talking to industry and talking to people within the college community, what's been the response? What's the feedback you're getting?
I would say lots of excitement and really a sense of urgency. Okay, when? As we know, when we're building something, I mean, we have to start with the foundation. And I think right now, Rachel and I, we have been getting our foundation together. We've been hearing what the need is, and then in the process of creating that space. And we are taking feedback from all parties involved, because we want this to be successful. And with it being new, it's exciting. And so I think a lot of folks are ready and willing for us to take off in this space.
To echo that sentiment, excitement, but also reassurance. I think from even our own internal faculty to industry partners are feeling very reassured to have somebody in this seat to maybe hold their hand through the process. And I can't sit here and claim to be an expert in aviation or manufacturing or automotive or construction, but we have faculty that is so leaned in and ready to partner and bringing industry partners to the table. So I think there's already such a great collaboration and momentum behind all of this. And some of the resounding voice coming from the industry side is also, we're looking to retain our local talent pool, but we are also all sitting at this table because we're excited about Wichita. And so I think there is a sentiment that this not only helps us keep our workforce in their seats and retain those individuals, but also get people excited to maybe come to Wichita, and how can they help us grow all of this?
Well, I love that. Out-migration, let's stop it. So you were both at WDI last week with me, which is Workforce Development Institute, which I would say arguably is the best workforce development conference annually every year in this nation. Yeah. But I'm just curious, because you were in and out of sessions. I saw you guys all the time. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of colleges that are in this space across the United States. Yeah. And there's a reason for that. Number one, they're filling gaps and they're meeting needs, and they're helping people be more successful in their careers through lifelong education. But it's also a revenue producer. It also is it's a business that we're going to launch within the college. Just one thing that you just really struck you about being at WDI and kind of rubbing shoulders with all these different people that are in this space, and some of them that have very mature programs like what you're producing, and some that are just beginning, and some in the mid. Just curious, just a visceral response.
The thing about WDI that also, for what it's worth, this is a new industry for me, and the resources and networking available at a conference such as WDI, you realize how everyone I spoke with was there to better their community, help the person sitting next to them. So the resounding support in an environment like that was, I was overwhelmed by it, if I'm being honest. So we left that conference with a better understanding of what's happening outside of WSU Tech and where we can learn and implement things that are going well in other states here, but also just an opportunity to lean into additional resources to help us build what's happening here.
And I would have to just echo that and just say it was great excitement to see individuals that have started exactly what it is that we're trying to create. So we know that it can be done. That to me was very powerful. And the fact that other colleagues would say, call me, let's talk, let me tell you what's worked and what hasn't worked. And I think that is going to give us a foundation, number one, to not make mistakes that we don't even know, because you can't be responsible for what you don't know. And so just to have individuals that we can kind of look at mentoring opportunities, to me was very, very comforting and really made that conference worthwhile.
So there's a community of practice around this, around the country.
Absolutely.
And it is not competitive because everybody has plenty to serve.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the beauty of that, I think.
Yeah.
And knowing so many different institutions that have done this or in different places or different seasons of this work, I think it was really important for you both to be there and to experience that. So for those that are listening, what can they do to support open education? How can they be spokespeople for you, and what would be helpful to you?
Yeah. You want to start?
Sure. I'll let you start.
I think first and foremost, we want to hear from you. And this is already happening. Again, I've mentioned collaboration probably 10 times today, but we don't know what we don't know. And I think a big part of this is going to be enlisting our colleagues, enlisting our industry partners to be sure we get this right. We have our own ideas of what we think should bubble up to the top of the priority list, but it's okay if that misaligns, and we want to hear all the ideas and make sure we're vetting each of these opportunities appropriately so that we are, as we're building this business, if you will, that we are starting with the right priority list and delivering something that is fulfilling a community need, but something that's premium and quality, and that this community is gonna resonate, and also it's gonna be repeatable and something that we can build upon.
Absolutely. And, just know that we're here to listen. We don't have the answers, and maybe the person that's speaking with us, they don't have the answers. But the great thing is ideas, we can take those ideas and make them something powerful. And so reaching out to us at any time, whether that's email, a phone call, and just even bouncing off ideas is really going to help us solidify what it is that open education is going to bring our city.
So this is a big strategic initiative for the college. I love the I love the intensity of it. I love the fact that it's bringing in entrepreneurship, innovation, and a little disruption.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are really important. And I am so pleased that the two of you have joined us on this journey. And I just want everybody to know open education is going to be a force to be. And it's going to be a really good thing for this institution and for the future of this institution and our community and our business and industry partners. So thank you for being here today. And thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk with WSU Tech. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And until next time, stay connected. Keep exploring the incredible work happening here at WSU Tech. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Sheree.